Hello and welcome to Mr. Slaney's YouTube channel once again. This is the lesson that took place on Wednesday, December 4th. I'm doing this recording on Monday the 9th. This lesson, you do need some step-by-step technology, which is why I'm here recording from my desktop. The types of problems that you're going to be learning about are these. So let's answer this. Before Facebook, we, old people, had MySpace, the first social networking site that reached a global audience. At its peak in 2008, MySpace was averaging over 100 million daily visitors. However, as Facebook rose in popularity, MySpace became less and less popular. The table shows the number of daily visitors to MySpace in millions. M months after January 2009. So, we have some data. On the lesson on Monday, December 2nd, you learned how to take two of these data points and make them into a model. But more often than not, in the real world, you're going to have things that don't quite align perfectly. Now, what do? Now, this was a technology lesson. We're going to put this material into desmos. So the way that we do that, I'm going to press this plus here, and I'm going to add a table. I'm going to add my X's as the month since January 2009. Please note that X is always the input, Y is always the output, even with M and V of M, even with different things. So I'm going to put in here 0, 6, 15, 18, 24, 30, 39. The lunch bell. And here I'm going to put 25, 20.5, 13.5, 10, 5.5, 2.6, and 1.7. I'm going to take a second, make sure these look the same. Okay. And look at that. I've got my data plotted. And it's not quite like a perfect curve. But we are going to approximate, we're going to build an exponential function that does its best to line up with this data. The way that we do that is we press on this add regression button. The default is a linear regression, and that's not bad, right? But I'm going to go with an exponential. And now this was assuming that the decline of MySpace use was going to be exponential. Right. This is called creating a regression model, exponential regression model. My answer is going to be this y equals 24.47703 times 0.944664 raised to the x power button. This r squared, that's like a measure of our accuracy. The closer to 1 to better. So 0.96, that's like 96% accurate. And what do we do with this? Well, based on the model found in part A, how many daily visitors did MySpace have after 20 months? 20 months? Well, remember, my input is months. So now I can actually, let me see, can I copy this? Control paste. That just means I'm going to change this to 20. So 8.48 is my answer. If I can't copy and paste, I'm just going to copy this on the box below. 26.47703 times 0.944664 raised to the exponent of, not x, 20. To get the multiplication button, we press Shift 8. To get an exponent, we press Shift 6 to get the caret. You will, if these types of questions are on your test, on your unit test, or your halfway of the unit test, you will have access to the full Desmos calculator for these types of questions. Not every question, but so you can get used to using these. If you wanted to do something like, 5 divided by 3 and raise that to the 1/3 power, right? You get 1.1856333, 311, so on and so forth. So based on the model, how many daily visitors did MySpace have? My output will be in daily visitors in millions. After 20 months, Facebook would be looking at 8.48 million daily users, which is quite a bit down from 100 million daily visitors. You can use this model. Be very careful on how you plug this in with Desmos. It can be kind of a pain in the butt. Students were very successful with this. I'm going to make the makeup work from this day just these first 2 pages. Do as much as you can. Keep in mind, Desmos, you use these buttons to zoom in and out. If you don't want to just square zoom, like let's say, I just want to change the y-axis. I'm going to change that to 100. That might give us a little bit of a better view. At any rate, hope that you learned something. Bye-bye.